What is up, everyone? I am Jordan, or JKE390, and today we're going to be playing some A Dark Overlord, game we've not played in quite some time, to the point where two people here actually haven't played it with us. I'm Jordan, JKE390. With me is Kyle, Chibi-Kai.
Yo.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Kyle.
Mike,
Nice.
I think it's disconnecting or something.
Oh, okay. We got Scott from ScottDogGaming. Scott, don't do this.
Yo.
Okay. GP from GeniuneParts.
Hello.
And Jesse from PlayerTwoInsertCoin.
Yo.
Okay, so we kind of play somewhat home-brewed roles in this game, but ultimately I will be acting as the A Dark Overlord, or the Dark Overlord. They'll be referring to me as A Dark Overlord, I guess. I have a scenario that I have to come up with that they, as my minions, have failed. And it's up to them to use the cards that they have to place blame on one another. And with that, I will determine who I think's at fault and give them these cards, the Withering Stairs. Once somebody receives 3 of them, it's their fault, they lose, and the next round can begin. So everybody got the rules?
Kind of.
Excellent. Well, as your Dark Overlord, I asked for my house to be completely refurbished in dark colors, very pointy, spiky, gothic-looking cathedral-type evil lair. And I've returned, and it's a beautiful pink and magic like it originally was before I was evil, but I want it to be the darker colors now to really reflect the evil inside and what people expect in society from evil. So, who's at fault here?
Well,
Hey.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
Don't all speak at once.
Hey, Dark Overlord. Oh, I know you wanted the Dark Manor. You look like this as you presented me with.
Exactly.
the
Here's my
layout.
blueprints.
Yes, I got the blueprints, and it was actually the plan to make it like this. But you see, Jesse, in cleaning up the basement, unleashed one of your weapons, and namely the Psycho Bomb. And as that happened, we all, you know how it happens, we all got a little bit confused.
Yes, I'm
And
aware.
we kind of took the Barbie playhouse you had in the cellar as the new blueprint. But please don't be mad. We even captured the dull-witted warrior and put them in the highness bed as requested by the Barbie's playhouse.
He chained all 3 cards. Okay. Is this true, Jesse? What I believe Igor says?
Well, technically, I mean, maybe, but the only reason that I actually set off the Psycho Bomb in the first place is because Scott over there, he set this trap that he didn't tell anyone else that he was going to set, and he unleashed some smart bullets on us all, and one of them was chasing us, and I had to run for my life, otherwise I'd be dead. It's all Scott's fault. You should have told someone.
Well, it's funny you should say that coming from you, because I heard that you were actually working for the other Dark Overlord.
What?
So I thought I'd lay this elaborate trap to stop him in his tracks. But it went a bit awry. But actually, it was a desperate situation, because Kyle's mummy was hanging around. She makes me quite flustered. So I blame him for bringing her along.
You fools! I am your mummy.
I can't blame you for getting flustered. I mean, bandages.
Kyle, is this true? And we're not even back to you yet, Jesse.
Yeah, right?
No, my mommy had nothing to do with it.
Leave my mommy out of it.
It was Jesse's stupid trick. he put smart bombs or stupid bombs over top of the doorway,
Oh.
so that when you walked in, play a trick on you. But he forgot about them. They exploded on him, and he unleashed the horde of zombies. That then, while we killed, their blood splattered all over the wall, painting it pink color again. All his fault.
Everything keeps seeming to point back at the traitor Jesse.
Look, none of this is true. In fact, I'll walk you through my entire day from beginning to end. So I woke up in the morning,
Feeling like
and
P. Diddy.
what do we all do in the morning? We go and we
Cardio.
watch the witch elf bathe. And so that's what I did. I went and watched the witch elf bathe. And it was quite nice, you know, she got all naked and soapy, and it was pretty fun. But then unfortunately the annoying insects were getting to her, so she had to get out of the bath and everything, and it kind of ruined all of our fun. And then I was hanging out, and GP gave me this mysterious potion, and that's really the last thing I remember until now.
So you're saying you weren't working on my fortress because you were watching some elf unbathe?
Well, as we all do in the morning, as soon as I went to go work, but, you know, GP gave me that mysterious potion, and now we're here. Are we ready to start work? Come on, guys, let's get to work.
Just now
Yes.
starting? You should have started days ago.
Yep, Jesse was watching the
Withering stare. That's one of three.
person bathe, and he went he was getting his drinks from the horrible bartender, which
GP! It's his
which
fault.
makes the drinks way too strong, even in the morning. Even though we do love to drink, these makes them extremely strong, and Jesse should have known that.
It's bringing me back to you, Jesse.
Look, you know, we all need to drink. I mean, that's a standard, right? All because of that stinking corpse that GP has never even picked up. So we all drink to forget the smell, really. At least that's what the old, however you say that word, man, rapacious man GP told me.
Close
I'm
enough.
just following GP's lead. Really. It's all, I mean, you're going to have to talk to him, Dark Overlord.
Is this true, GP? Did the rapacious man do this?
GP is the rapacious man.
Are you the rapacious man, GP? We can't hear
Trap,
you, GP.
sorry. I take this card back so I can explain. Master, I admit to giving Jesse that drink, but only I knew he was the betrayer. He would go behind your back, and he would watch ladies bathe instead of, doing the work, and he would bring others to drink and watch naked women, and he's just, I wanted him out of the way of this project, Master. You can't blame me.
I can.
Yeah, but listen to me. I really don't know what to say. I just thought Jesse was the betrayer, and he needed to be out of the project. But it's not my responsibility. Jesse took it on his own to do all the rest of
you
the
say
stuff.
that. You say that, GP, but you asked the bartender for the Inquisition shot, which he can't handle.
Not the Inquisition
And
shot.
you know what? His body is a temple, and you left it in ruins.
No one expects the Inquisition.
I mean, you can really not say that his body is a temple. I mean,
Well, I didn't say it
except
was
his
a nice temple.
except his crystal balls.
It might not be a temple. It's at very least, though, an impossible artifact. I mean, you got to look at it that way.
I don't like that he made that joke, and now that goblin's holding that shaped creature.
I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay?
And you should have been at the right place. Withering stare.
No, wait. Kyle had told me to go get a drink before we could ride on his unstable balloon because it's so unstable. Which he really, if you think about it, by this point, he should have had that thing stable. I mean, really.
Why were you on a balloon instead of working on my fortress?
Well, no. To be fair, Kyle did say if we go on his balloon, it's like a window to another world. So we thought, maybe we'll get inspiration for the decoration.
Yeah, and you know what else? He told us.
Well, see, I did tell you guys you could ride on the balloon, but I also said to make sure it's not windy out.
Oh yes, I remember.
And that the sun is still in the sky, so you don't need a lantern to guide your way.
Well, you know what? Honestly, it was the mad scientist GP who said he was going to take care of that. So really, it's his fault.
I thought he was the bartender. And the
I mean, he
rapscallion or whatever.
He has a few
rap
different
artist.
jobs. He definitely has a few different jobs.
Yes, I mean, I'm quite overworked here, but since I'm also taking about care of the magically charged staggers. But I remember it was quite windy on that ride because there was a sandstorm and there was also a snowstorm.
Yeah, I know.
God said,
But he specifically warned you to not go into the wind.
Well, I didn't steer, Master. I had no control over that.
Who did?
I think Scott was driving.
Well, only because we had to get to the home depot to get some paint, the dark paints, that you wanted for us to paint your mansion.
Where are these dark paints?
Well, what happened is that we crash landed in the balloon, which I still think is Kyle's fault for saying he's got a balloon. I mean, I was quite happy walking, but we crashed the other side of the lake and we had to pay the ferryman all the gold just to get us home again. So we came back.
You wasted my gold.
Paint. But on the plus side, on the walk back, we did find a ladder, so we could reach the ceiling to paint when we finally get the dark paints. But there was also a terrifying noise which came from GP's bowels. You should speak to him about those.
Seriously, it sounded like the most monstrous monster.
I will after giving you a withering stare.
A bit like a sea serpent.
Oh.
Being afraid of a stomach.
The reason why the noise was so terrifying was why I was down in the mines to replace your lost gold. Because we felt quite bad about this.
He's in the mines with a possessed girl.
No, it was not a possessed girl. It was a spiteful succubee.
What's weird?
Withering stare.
Come with me on the
Those
Iron
are my
Man.
spiteful succubi. What about the Iron Man?
That was what he was telling him he was to get him down there. Turns out he didn't even need to say anything to him. They'd have gone anyway.
They freaking grinding on each other.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, but
I'm gonna need a minute.
I have to say, Dark Overlord, don't you think your new castle fits much more your puppy now with the new color scheme? It's quite pleasing, isn't it?
It does match Furball, but I was going to have him painted as well.
May I make a suggestion? Why don't you use your kindness and your big brain to turn him into a dark warlord?
Well, actually, there's something I need to tell you about Furball. Kyle said we should go to the flying town to get some paint, and we should take Furball to get him out in the open, allowed to see the world. But he had to trade him for some paint, so he traded him for paint. Paint.
No. I didn't trade him for paint.
What he did
You guys had to trade him for money because you lost your way along the path.
Yeah, but Kyle, you're the one.
You lost your way so much that you gave the monster carrying the damsel in distress wrong direction.
Well, to be fair, he said he wanted to go to the Lonely Tower.
Where is my dog?
We left him by the ancient tree. He was cocking his leg last time I saw him.
Well,
It's withering stare for leaving him there.
Well, you know, when you got to go, you got to go.
but I feel we're deviating very much from my original point that the
You're
confusing
right. You're right,
boy.
GP. You should tell him about the time when we were on the bridge over the river.
Right.
Yeah, but I was.
And the Black Knight was there, standing in our way.
You cut off his
How
arms and
about
legs.
that, TP?
Okay. Well, I feel we're just very, very deviating from the confusing bomb that left us with kind of the whole instructions being quite indecipherable. But when we were on this bridge, and the bridge then broke, and we fell into the sea, and we had to make a long deviating journey to get your paint. Where we then gone to the Eastern Warlock, who couldn't teach us about paint, but he taught us a lot about stirring paint with your fish. I guess we should go back to that.
I think you should,
say
withering stare.
I was going to say, you say that
no.
now, but he spoke to you about fashionable shoes. I heard him.
Is it a crime to want to be in an Asian place with fashionable shoes?
An
I
Asian?
don't think
Did you
so.
say- oh,
An
you said
Asian place.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
I mean, you old squid, you should just shut up.
Well, you should get your soluble sword looked at.
Oh my goodness.
That's not what I call it.
I'm going to withering stare the both of you.
That's no fair.
Oh, no. Oh.
You may
fault,
both
GP.
lose then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I like that Kyle had just constant counter cards.
Yeah.
I got so many shit cards.
Like he brought up the balloon and he immediately pulled out wind. And I was like, man.
I had no idea how I was going to use that, though.
That's okay. I was just gonna talk about Scott's fetid passage.
That
Sorry,
was
I was
probably
gonna
our
call-
longest game of A Dark Overlord ever.
I was
Usually
gonna
they're
call
like
you the
6
mummy queen.
minutes. What?
Nothing?
But in that way.
What was that?